Hi, guys. It's Dr. Belinda George here with Tucked In Tuesdays. And I have a very special guest, but they'll be on a little later. Very, very busy person. So thank you for that. I hope all of you are enjoying your evening. If you put your comments in the chat, I can see those. So it's December, it's almost the end of the year. I can't believe it. So I have two books that I may get a chance to read. It just depends because our special guests will be getting on at 8 o'clock. And because their time is so special, I don't want to go into their time. But I do have an AR book tonight. So those of you that like your AR points and are working on that in your district or your schools use it, tonight is the night. So our first book is Can I Join Your Club? Written by John Kelly and illustrated by Steph Laveris. And this book is permission was given by Kane Miller um, Publishing Company to read this book. Remember, you have to have their consent. So, first time I've ever read this book. First time that I'm reading this book. But let me go ahead and give you the AR information. It's right there at the top of your screen. AR is number 196590, book level 2.5, which means a second grader in the fifth month. And it's an AR points, a half of a point, which is great. And here are some of my favorite people tuning in: Ava, Ari, and Pop Pop. I feel like I know you all. I want to say it's Aunt Belinda. And here, Dr. Knight, hello. And my great nephew, Riley. Hi, Riley. How are you? Can't wait till Riley learns how to officially read so he can make a guest appearance on Tucked In Tuesdays. I have a nephew, great nephew, Gabe, who's already reading. So I need to get him on as well. All right. So we'll get started. Can I join your club? So that's the name of the book. And here's the page. Duck wanted to make some new friends, so he decided to join a club. Thanks for the hearts, Riley. Hello, said Duck. Can I join Lion Club? Well, replied Lion, I see you already have a magnificent mane, but can you roar like a lion? He took a deep breath, puffed out his chest, and here's Duck trying to be a lion. And here we go. Roar! The lion makes a huge noise and blows the duck's hair off. Duck gave it a try. He took a deep breath, puffed out his chest feathers, and quack, because he's a duck. Hello, now how are you? Application denied, said Lion. You're not really what we're looking for in the Lion Club. And so he tried his best, but because he's a duck, he was very unsuccessful. Can I join Snake Club? Said Duck. Do you have any arms or legs? Said Snake. I've got legs and wings, smiled Duck proudly. That's a shame, yawned Snake. We don't really do arms, legs, or wings anymore. Can you at least hiss like a snake? Can you hiss like a snake? It's a lot of S's. So let's see. Doug gave it a try. He narrowed his eyes, stuck out his tongue. I don't know why he would stick out his tongue, but oh, look at Dr. Knight. You can hiss. Quack. Application denied. You're not really what we're looking for in Snake Club. So didn't make it there either. Hello, I'm reading one of your books. This is Kelly, and she's with Paper Pie with Kelly. I have to stop and tell you this. She sells books, and it used to be Usborne, and many of you have seen that, but now it's Paper Pie. And I bought some excellent books from her. So if you could drop your link in the comments, Kelly, I'd really like that because this is one of her books. Can I join Club Elephant? Said Duck. How's your memory? Asked Elephant. Listen carefully and repeat after me. She said, yes, name change, but still the same great books. So thank you so much, Kelly, for that update. If you want to join our club, now I want you to listen too. If you can remember what I said, I'll give you a little time to type it in, but don't type it in as I'm talking. All right. If you want to join our club, you'll need the kind of brain that remembers every single fact, and you can't forget a name. If you study long and hard, you'll grow intelligent, and then you will be qualified to join Club Elephant. So let me know if you remember anything that I said. Go ahead and type that in there. And here's the picture. Let's see if we could join Club Elephant. I read it. I have the words, but I would have to refer back to the words. Your turn, said Elephant. I'm sorry, said Duck. And can you repeat that? Oh, Poncho dropped out. And Kimber said, must remember names. You're right, Kimber. I was distracted by your trunk waving around. Oh, let's see. Oh, Riley. Riley said 7. Riley's 4 years old. Riley, let's see if the number 7 comes up. I was distracted by your trunk waving around. Well, huffed Elephant, can you at least trumpet like an elephant? He took a deep breath, flapped his big ears, and roar. Oh my goodness. Everything goes everywhere. Duck gave it a try. He took a deep breath, flapped his tail feathers, and quack. Application denied, said Elephant. You're not really what we're looking for in Club Elephant. Duck felt down, but he knew what he had to do. I wonder what Duck is going to do. He started his own club, Duck Club. Excuse me, said Tortoise. Can I join Duck Club? I'll have to ask you a question first, said Duck, picking up his notepad and pen. Do you want to be in a club with me? Yes, please, said Tortoise. Duck put down his pen. Application. Approved. Rabbit hopped up. Can I join your club? She asked. Do you want to be in a club with us? Said Tortoise. Yes, nodded Rabbit. Application approved, said Duck. You are exactly what we're looking for in our club. First it was Duck Club, now it's our club. Soon our club became quite popular. Look at all the animals that are joining our club. So, Cajun Bookworms, there's your link if you're interested. And she said, link to purchase this book and others. If you click the link, I'll earn free books, more books to read for you. So please, please, please support that. That would be awesome. Thank you so much. And could you put that link by itself in the comments, please, our private chat, so I can put those up? Thanks so much, Kelly. And so now everybody's in our club. And Kimber says, yeah, of course, Kimber's happy about everybody being included. That's her heart. And Duck let everyone in because you can never have too many friends. And look at all the friends. I see some of the friends that didn't let him in their club, but he's still being nice to them. Oh, look at Riley said, I love you, T-Bird. I love you too, Riley. My little heart. So here's our club. So remember this book because we'll come back to this book. This book is an AR book, quiz number 196590, book level 2.5, a second grader to fifth month, and it's worth a half a point if you do AR tests. So love that book, and we'll come back to that book. And we do have time for one more. Even superheroes have bad days. So Kelly put that in there. Purchase your copy of Can I Join Your Club? And she put the link. And there's a Spanish version. Voila. Thank you, Kelly, for that. So here is Even Superheroes Have Bad Days. So let's see. How many of you consider yourself a superhero? And I would expect everyone to say yes, because guess what? We all have something to offer. And even if you're a little kid, you can still change someone's life with a smile or just being here. You can change someone's life. So now our next book, And I normally do my takeaways right after the book, but I want to save that and tell you that why I'm reading these books, because there's a reason why I chose these two books. So let's see. I'm updating information on here so I can put it up. This book is written by Shelley Becker and is illustrated by Etta Caban or Caban, maybe. Dr. George never reads the book in advance. Now, I have read this book before, but I really like this book. It has a great lesson in it. So now we're going to switch to this book. So even superheroes have bad days. So here's all the superheroes, and I got comments coming. I love you, T Bird, and I love your book. And Bird, when are you gonna see me? Riley, I'll be seeing you soon because I have Christmas presents. And Kimber raises her hand, and Riley put another signature. Thank you, Riley, for being so interactive. So let's see. Even superheroes have bad days. Kimber's a superhero. Who else is a superhero? When superheroes don't get their way, when they're sad, when they're mad, when they have a bad day. Oh, goodness. How many of you have had a bad day? They could use superpowers to kick, punch, and pound. They could shriek. They could screech with an ear-piercing sound. They could crush wooden crates and bend metal gates. They could throw trucks and buses across several states. Oh my, that's pretty angry. Let me take this AR book down because it's not connected to this one. Perfect. They could knock over buildings like towers of blocks and crumble the streets into rubble and rocks. They could use laser eyes to ignite forest fires or fling boomerangs to deflate the town's tires. Oh my. They're not superheroes. Those of you that want to use your vocabulary skills, if there's superheroes and then there's someone else that can cause problems for a superhero. And right now they're acting like that. Does anybody know that word? Ask your mommy or daddy or yourself what that word is. And thank you, Miss Fehrenbacher. Dr. George is a superhero. I've seen her wear a cape. That is true. It was a Tweety Bird cape and a Superwoman cape, but nonetheless, it was a cape. And Riley said villains. Good job. But upset superheroes have all sorts of choices. Instead of destruction and loud, livid voices, they burn angry steam off with speed of light hiking or super extreme outer space mountain biking. Oh, Riley said that was my mommy. Thank you, Riley. Oh, Riley, your vocabulary jumped right up there. Let's see. Let's see what Cheryl said. I'm wearing a cape now. Way to go, Cheryl. I love it because you are a superhero. They race to the rescue of people in need and delight in the joy of a super good deed. They hatch super plans to help banish world sadness, being fabulous theme parks for giggles and gladness. They chase wanted bad guys with supercharged zing, dragging hundreds to jail while police dance and sing. So they're taking care of everything. They track down and tame super menacing beasts and transform pity parties to victory feasts. Ooh, that was a tongue twister. Yes, Kimber, it is rhyming. Yes. But displeased superheroes who don't feel serene could have super temptation to cause a bad scene. Oh my. We don't need that in our cities or anywhere else. They could blast icy blizzards on hot afternoons or walloping twisters and monster typhoons. Oh my, I got lots of words. And let's see, let me take a little break here. And Pat Fehrenbacher says she's also a superhero without her cape for sure. Oh, thank you. Riley said, T-Bird, it is warming. So my nickname is Bird, so you'll see that those birds. And you said what timing? Oh my goodness. So the timing and rhyming. Got it. I see what you did there. They could spin super webs, super far, super sticky, and tangle up towns with their silk, super icky. They could rotate the planet and mess up world time, or sit back and relax while the world fills with crime. Sapancho is delighting himself, entertaining himself. When superheroes don't get their way, when they're sad, when they're mad, when they've had a bad day, they could super rampage. They could, but they don't. Because real superheroes just wouldn't. They won't. Hi, Erica. Hi, Dr. George. I'm so happy I caught the live. Oh, me too. And hello, Alex. One of my former students, one of my favorites. Instead, they dig down to their super best part, the strong superpowers contained in their heart. And using their talents as true heroes should, they battle the urge to do harm, though they could. They acknowledge their sorrow, their anger, their pain as they wait for their super emotions to wane. Doing a little yoga there. Hello, Alex. Alex says hi back. It's okay if they frown. It's okay if they sigh. It's even okay if they slump down and cry. But then they get up and get on with their day. Sounds like us, right? We have to be superheroes because we do this every single day. Saving the world in their most super way. So here they are, saving the world. And here they are by the campfire. And their names are Magnificue, Screecher, Typhoon, and Icky. So those are some of the superheroes in the book. And this book, I didn't tell you in the beginning, is, let's see, Sterling Children's book. So that's who this book is by. So we read 2 books. So our special guest will be coming on quite well in a few minutes. Cute. I'll have to read to my long-term sub kids. Yes, Jessica, you will. So in the comments, Kelly put where you can buy this book. Can I join your club? Thank you, Erica. Now I have to tell you guys something. I went to the Nutcracker Market, Main Street Market in Beaumont, and Kelly has books where you can put a toy or a tractor and you can drive around in the book. So neat. Yes, a great book. It's okay to have a bad day, but don't take it out on everyone. Exactly. So my last few minutes, I want to give my takeaway for even superheroes have a bad day. In the beginning, they all had superpowers and they could have used their superpowers for something bad. Raleigh said, T-Bird, can I please come in your club? Please, my name is Valley. Oh, well, yes, Raleigh, you can be in my club. As a matter of fact, all of you are in. Arnisha, hello. That's my former student. I taught her in the 4th grade. So here is, and now she has a little one of her own, I believe. So even though you are, some days you'll be on top of the world and you'll be able to do everything right. And then some days you probably won't get anything right. I have a confession that deals with this book. So today I sent a message to IT, which people that work on our computers, and I said my printer wasn't working, and he stayed on there maybe 30 minutes, so patient. And then he said, unplug it and plug it back in. And I had plugged it into the Ethernet cable, which means there was not the right hole. And I was so embarrassed that I took his time away. And he could have used his superpowers to embarrass me. But you know what he said? It's okay. And Arnisha said, and you were my principal in high school also. You are exactly right. I was. So that's my biggest takeaway here. Do not, and I repeat, do not, Kimber's laughing. Yeah. Megan will get a kick out of that. Don't take your emotions out on someone else. If you're dealing with something, try to remember how would that make the other person feel. So that's my biggest takeaway. Amazon, you can buy these books. This other book right here, Can I Join Your Club? Kelly put that link in there. In just a few minutes, we'll have a special guest. But at this time, you can ask me some questions, or you can this month, let me back up a little bit. This month, I'm getting people that have influenced me a lot in my life, because in December, not everybody's happy. Not everybody's looking for Christmas. Not everybody has people to share Christmas with. So I wanted you to take this time to remember, even though it's not, um, doesn't have anything to do with Christmas, it does have to do with the way you make people feel. So Erica says, I had a simpler thing happen at work. I had to get on a Zoom with IT, and it was a setting I enabled, causing the problem. Riley is learning phonics, and so he's putting words in there. So he did type his name, and oh wow, Riley, that must be a superhero name. And so he's cracking up. So just a second, any second he should be on. But let me tell you about this book. When I was really little, I was really, really thin, really, really skinny. And people would make fun of me, and I would try to fit in, but I never, ever, ever, ever could fit in. People make fun of my long legs, and they'd make fun of how little they were. And I tried to fit in. Now, they didn't have an actual club, they just had friend circles. And believe it or not, adults have friend group, and they sometimes leave people out, and it still hurts us as an adult. So little kids that are listening, if there is someone that wants to be your friend and they are kind, it doesn't matter what they look like, what they do, or what other people think. If you like someone, be their friend. I love you too, Riley. So let me get Mr. West. Our mayor will be joining us. And Riley wants to know, where is Uncle Melvin at? I want to see what you are. So Riley is probably talking to text. I can guarantee you that. But Uncle Melvin is right there, Riley. Yes, very special. Um, so let me get him on. Just one second. Don't leave, because he won't be on but a second. Let's see. He's having family dinner. So, but he's taking his time out. So when he comes on, give him a nice introduction. And there he is. Give him a nice introduction, because he's a very, very busy man. And so I have Dr. Knight saying hi, Uncle Melvin, and then Pancho. My head was the size of the great pumpkin, and I couldn't play basketball. Oh no! I hope somebody lets you join their club. But I'm bringing on Mayor Roy West. How are you?
Oh,
So this is our mayor and my good friend, Mr. Roy West. Mr. Roy West, I know you're extremely busy, but can you tell them what you do as mayor? A little bit about what you do?
well, I have the privilege of serving as mayor of the city of Beaumont. And as mayor, that is over city government, which includes all public safety matters as well as all your
Uh oh, we
a lot
lost
of
them for us.
opportunities in terms of everyday operations of a city and also getting to interact with all the residents of the city.
Love that. So Erica Schuler, she lives in the community. She said, thank you for taking time out of your evening to join, and they love your decorations. Um,
I'm not able
Kimber
to
Knight
hear right
said, we're so proud to have you as mayor of Beaumont. And Dr. Knight said, thank you for joining us, Mayor West. And thank you,
now.
Teresa
I,
said, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Dr. George, I can't hear anything right now.
Oh, you can't hear me as well?
I'm checking all my settings.
Okay.
Hmm.
What about now?
I can't hear.
We
I'm
can hear
sorry.
you.
I may I'll take this off and see if that'll help.
Okay.
Go to settings. Now,
see. We may have to give him a few questions. He's trying to
Oh,
fix
you
his
can
sound.
hear me. Good. I can't hear you right now, but I can see you.
So I'll ask him, how do you feel?
I'm gonna try to figure out if I can get my
Okay, so I sent him a question and I said, she said, you took out your
okay.
AirPod.
In terms of I think unity, the community joining together, embracing one another. I think the diversity in our city is its greatest strength. And coming together as communities, you get to know more about everyone in the community. And oftentimes we tend to hang out with people just in our neighborhood or just who we go to church with or just who we work with. And we have to be intentional about hanging out with people from across the community and getting to hear what their needs are. But what I have found as mayor is that residents, whether parents, grandparents, or kids, we all pretty much want the same thing. We want safety and we want security. We certainly want, when we call the police or call the fire department, we want them to show up. We want our streets safe. We want good roads. We want good drainage. We want good sewer, good water. I mean, we have the same needs, but oftentimes just through communications, we end up thinking that there are different desires, but also people want from whatever part of town they're in, they want to have similar experiences. They want to be treated the same. And I think that is a responsibility of the city to help make sure that we do that well. So we've got a great opportunity and certainly communicating, going to neighborhood associations and getting to participate with the schools and getting acquainted with great people like Dr. Belinda George, who makes such an impact in our city, but also in the state and the country and the world. And I hate it that I can't hear right now. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. So I'm going to ask him, why is reading important to everyone? And he said, I'd like to petition the Mayor West to have a Dr. George
Well,
Day.
reading is the foundation for all that we're going to do in life and education. So reading changes people's lives. I mean, you can go anywhere, you can learn about anything. It opens the door, and that is certainly why it is so important to read as much and as often. And that's one of the many reasons I love Dr. George, is because she knows the importance of it. She shares that regularly and she makes it fun, because reading, sometimes people think it's like homework. No, it's freedom. It allows us to do so much, and it allows you to become whatever you desire to become. And it doesn't matter whether it's an NFL player or a doctor or a school teacher or whatever job you want to do. You have to be able to understand uh, and learn and comprehend, and that is the importance. And I'm sorry, I'm reading your text as we go along here. Oh, I think having a Dr. George Day is certainly eh, something we need to look at doing here in the city of Beaumont. Now I'm trying to get back to the camera. I'm on. I don't know how much
Uh-oh.
luck I'm gonna have with that. Here we go. There we go. I got back.
Yeah, good.
Sorry about that. Oh, I
So
got you
one,
now.
that's
I
okay.
got your audio.
Oh, you can hear?
I can.
Perfect. So you have all these comments coming in. That was Mr. Pancho, and he doesn't even live in the state of Texas, but he's a follower. And you got some applause going on. Dr. Knight said, and you're doing a great job meeting with the entire city. And Amanda Baldwin is in Hampshire Finette. She said, we want our people to love you, Mayor West, from Kinsler Baldwin. Okay, so that's her child. And our superhero mayor is having a bad day. He was having a bad day before, but it's fixed. So, Roy, one thing I want you to say, and this is why I absolutely love him so much. Roy, tell them what inspired you to be mayor.
Well, actually, as you go through different seasons of life, you have, more capacity, more time to do different things. And, and within my business, one of my son-in-laws came to work with me, and it started freeing me up. And I wanted to be able to give back to the community. And I have a local radio show here in Beaumont, and I got to meet Dr. Belinda George, who had been on. She had made national news right here in Beaumont, Texas, and I didn't know her. And I thought, well, man, that's a great story. I need to meet her and hear that story. Well, at that point, we met in studio because this was several years back before COVID. And I think almost everybody in studio that day, because there were four different guests in the studio room at the same time, although you talked at different times, they all were. Fell in love with Dr. George and the work that she was doing at Homer Drive, and that got me involved. And the next thing I found out is I was going to be a business partner at Homer Drive, and she taught me how important it is to be connected to the community, and she opened my eyes to parts of the community that I just was oblivious to, didn't know that was going on. I seem to have lost the audio again, but hey, we're getting by here, and I'm gonna make. No, I got you. No, I do have it. Okay, good. And so anyway, I attribute how I ended up running for mayor is by getting more involved in the community, in large part because Dr. George and Homer Drive Elementary in Beaumont, Texas, the business partner to this day, and I saw needs, and I felt like this is something, having children and having grandchildren, that when you have the opportunity to give back, and really, when I say give back, it's really unfair. It blesses me. I feel like a whole lot more than any blessing that I am to anybody. It's just because I do get to see all the good that is happening, because there are so many, and despite the challenges that exist in all cities and certainly exist in Beaumont, there are so many more good people than people doing wrong and people doing bad. And it's so good to get to see them and seeing how they're pulling up alongside of people that are in need in difficult times. And in the schools, how people volunteer, but also just how the teachers and the administrators pour their heart and soul into these kids and into the future of our future leaders. But also, we talk about that, but they're also people, and knowing and having the experience of being loved and being cared for outside of your family also certainly enhances people's lives too. So, Dr. George, you have touched a lot of people, and you've certainly touched my life in a very significant way.
Well, thank you, Roy. I do have a few more comments. Mr. Pancho said he's going to come to Texas for that day in his Steelers shirt. I don't know how that'll work out, but a man can try, right?
That's
And
right.
my nephew asked me, T Bird, do you want $100? I do, Riley. He's 4. And hi, Gus. Hi, Heather and Gus. And Kimber gave you lots of hearts there. And this is 2 of my former students. This is the second. Nick Mendoza, and he's a realtor there in Beaumont. So I was his teacher as well. And then Henrietta, happy to see our wonderful mayor on Tucked In Tuesdays. Yes, and I know Mr. Mayor West is extremely busy, so we want to thank you for taking time away. But these 2 books were dedicated to you. Even superheroes have bad days, because you could use because I know every day isn't easy being mayor, and you could be mean and horrible like some of them were in the beginning, but instead you use your superpowers for good. So we appreciate that in the city
I
of
love
Beaumont.
that. Thank you.
And the second book, and I'll make sure your grandkids, we get these to put in your grandkids' collections.
Okay.
This is Can I Join Your Club? And nobody wanted to let people in their club unless they could do exactly like them or had the same talent. And so Duck created his own club and let everyone in. So tonight we're declaring Mr. West as our superhero Duck, because Duck included everyone in his club. So thank you, Mr. West, and thank you for being such a positive face in the city of Beaumont and taking your time out. Truly appreciate it.
Dr. Belinda George, it is my privilege to be on Tucked In Tuesday, and I got to do this a few years back. So this has been a real blessing, and I hope to get to do it again. But I look forward to seeing you, and I just want to wish everybody out there a very Merry Christmas.
Yes, and go back when you get a chance and read all those comments. Andre said, awesome, thank you for always showing up. So you're getting lots of, they call you superhero mayor. So thank you, Mr. West, for taking your time out. Mr. West, do you have anything you want to leave them with? Closing words?
Well, I just think you get to see an incredible example here on Tucked In Tuesday of somebody giving back to their community. And we live at a time where the media tells us more what's wrong with the world that we live in than what's right. And and if you're listening to me, I'm talking to you. That's exactly right. Is you need to be the positive influence because there is so much good going on. And for I know Beaumont, we're doing a State of the City luncheon on this coming Thursday. And one of the things we're going to be talking about is for the vision for the city and the opportunities for a better Beaumont, but that all starts within us. There is no structure we're going to be able to build that will make Beaumont better than the person that the people meet, and by caring about others and showing up, and certainly showing up for our young people is where it's got to begin as well. And but it doesn't need to end there. It needs to be with everybody. So thank you all for all that you're doing, Dr. George, and I look forward to continuing to follow Tucked In Tuesday. And are these AR points? I'm just curious.
Yes. So the first, can I join your club? Is AR book. So if you would tell Buffalo and Everly, those that are
Yes.
of school age, that this book is an AR book. So can I join your club and they can go back and get it and take an AR test?
That's awesome. Well, sounds
Yes.
great.
Well, I want to end by saying, as I say every single day, he probably can tell you what I'm going to say. Have a great evening on purpose. And if nobody else tells you, Dr. George loves you. Good night. And thank you, Mayor West.
Good
Good
night.
night.